Hi Cheryl, this is your how-to video. So I'm just going to walk you through this. I know you said you memorized it, but I still like to give my customers this video. So you got the buff brush. It's got this smaller side and it's got the larger side. You can use whichever side you want. I'm just going to show you how I started. So this is the brush that I bought when I first got my makeup, and so I used it for a year. And this is just the routine that I got into, but any way you use it, it's going to work. So I just chose the bigger side and I use the side of it, okay? So to contour my cheeks, I use the side. You have Astoria, and it's gonna be the dark one. So I'm gonna use this one. It's gonna be the dark one in your compact. So you're gonna brush the side through the makeup, and you can see that it's just on part of it, so you can get a nice thin, a thin line. So now we wanna go higher than you would think. We wanna start at the top of the ear, and you wanna go towards the mouth. So not in like that line. I'm trying to find my cheek line. Not under the cheekbone. You want to go on the cheekbone. And I mean, you can play around with it. This is your makeup and your face, but this is what lifts it the best. So I'm just going to tap, because I forgot I have a nice clean brush here, so I probably got too much. So just like that. And I'm just going to put the remainder of it on this side. And like I said, you just don't need much. So I'm just going to tap that line there. And before I go and blend, I'm just going to continue to use what I have on my brush. I'm going to go down from my ear, and this is where you can really chisel out your jaw. So you can go just on top if you have jowls, which I don't think you do. But you go just on top there, and look, it creates that nice little shadow. So it just puts the shadow where you want it instead of where it naturally is. And also it's going to help to define your face, because the whole goal of this makeup is to help your face to match your neck. But we do want a little bit of differentiation from the jaw to the neck. Okay, like I grabbed a lot. I still have too much on there. I'm just going to use the other side, and I'm going to show you that once you put this on, you're just going to brush back and forth, and you're going to blend it out just a little bit. And you can lift it up just like that. I actually got a little bit too low on these ones. So I'm going to help that blend in by just putting this on a little bit higher. Okay. So you can blend it as much or as little as you want. So this one's a little bit more blended, this one's less. We can go back and do more blending after. Now with the whole brush, we're going to grab a little bit of Astoria, and you're going to do the top of your forehead. So I like to go from the part of my hair to the top of my ear. Which side did I put the makeup on? Now I'm scared to get too much. Okay, just like that. So you can kind of see that we did that 3. And the E, I just broke it up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to pull it back. You can circle it or you can brush it. You want to pull it right into your hairline, so if you put your hair back or if the wind blows it, you don't look like you have a mask. Okay, so we're just going to swirl it back. I have this odd area right here, so I like to make sure I get in there. And there you go. So it doesn't look brown like it does in the compact once you get it on. Okay, your main color is Aura. So it is going to be the skin colored one. There's nothing, I mean there is, but there's nothing really on my brush that's going to affect the color. So I'm going to grab my Aura with the big side of the brush. Mine's almost gone, so I'm gonna melt that down. And you're just gonna put that down the nose. And if you can see that it's yellow and streaky, it's because you have too much. But we're going to drag it around. Okay, so I'm just going to place some there. I'm going to do the whole nose. I'm going to drag it down each side. I'm going to go over my eyelid, over this eyelid, and you can do as much or as little coverage as you want. I'm going to drag it over my eyebrow and just up to the contour. Okay, and now you can go and just blend that line really gently. Let's do the bottom of our face now. So I'm going to grab a little bit more. That did the whole top. And now we're just going to go under the contour, under the lip, under the contour. So we're just going between those two contours. And at this point, if you got too low with your contour, this is where you can really clean it up. So you can see I had a blemish there, and it is pretty much covered. And now I'm going to put it under my eyes because you don't have the brightening highlight. So I'm going to put it under here as well. And you can choose, do you want to do your mane first or your contour? This is just really helpful when you do it this way to know where you put it all and what you don't put the mane on. Okay, so now that we have that, I still use the big side for Dahlia. So Dahlia, you can see, is very bright, so you don't need much, but I think it's the most natural pink. So I've just grabbed a little bit, and I'm gonna place it right on top of there. I like to stay really far back from my nose, and I like to stay down from my eye. So I'm just dabbing. I probably have enough on that side. I'm gonna grab some over here. I do have a video where I did different styles of contour, and it's crazy. If you go like with the way that we all used to contour, nice and low, and we brought our blush to like this little line here, it's crazy how it drags your face down. So give it a try. Try both ways. Okay, I'm just going to blend this blush by pulling it down. I'm going to pull the contour up and pull back. And if you find there's still makeup on it, just flip it over, blend it in. That's the best part about having two sides. And this is when you can blend and make it as natural as you want it. Okay, so Dahlia on the lips can get a little bit bright. This is just like a stained amount. So that one was like really light and stained, but if you want more, it does get pretty bright. You can use your Astoria or your Aura, and you can change it. So the Aura will make it more of a nude, like a nude with a pink, and the Astoria will make it more of like a plum colored. So you can change it by adding anything to it. You can even put your pearl on your lip. Okay, so pearl is the last step. That is the shimmer. You can use, I'll show you what I use that small side for. You can use your brush, and I apply it just at the top of the cheekbone, so it's really natural. Or you can use your finger and apply it just at the top of the cheekbone. It's the really like most natural glow. So it's not super shimmery. You can see there with my finger, I applied a little bit more. It shouldn't really look like you're wearing shimmer. It should just look like the top of your cheekbone is just glowing. You can add that to the end of your nose. It just adds a little bit. You could add it to your Cupid's bow, anywhere. I also use the line brush, so it's the thin end with the spoolie end, and I go into Astoria and I just fill my eyebrows. So your contour should match your eyebrows pretty perfectly. So you can just fill those guys. And what else was I going to show you? Oh yes, okay. So this is all the makeup that you have, and I think you're going to be really happy with it. Now if you were to go with the next step, which would be this brighter color, that's where I use the small side. So I grab a little bit of that brighter color and I put it under my eye. So just watch what this one does. So I just place it under my eye, down my nose, and it just really lifts your face up. You could even put it down the center of your nose to really brighten the center of your face. So that's just the difference with that third color. And it is totally up to you if you ever purchase it or not. But if you do, you have this video where it shows you exactly how to put it on. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you put this on and you just feel like your best self. If you have any questions, please let me know.